each team, I'd like to invite the proposition third speaker, Kenzie Wan, to sum up his team's video lecture. Thank you.
Today, with modern technology, there is simply no excuse why humans should continue to conduct experiments using animals. Because of misleading results from animal experimentation, the life-saving operation for ectopic pregnancies was delayed 40 years. Animal experimentation had delayed blood transfusions by 200 years and corneal transplants by 90 years. The director of Research Defense Society, which exists to defend vivisection, was asked if medical progress could have been achieved without animal use, and his written reply was, "I am sure it could be." Today, we have at least 450 methods with which we can replace animal experiments, and many of them prove to be more reliable. Here are just some of the more common ones. The Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine reports that sophisticated non-animal research methods are more accurate, less expensive, and less time-consuming than traditional animal-based research methods. Patients waiting for helpful drugs and treatments could be spared years of suffering if companies and government agencies would implement the efficient alternatives to human studies. Human clinical and epidemiological studies, cadavers, and computer simulators are more reliable, more precise, less expensive, and more humane than animal tests. Creative scientists have used human brain cells to develop a model microbrain, which we can use to study tumors, as well as artificial skin and bone marrow. We can now test immutancy on protein membranes, produce vaccines from human tissues, and perform pregnancy tests using blood samples instead of killing rabbits. TopCat, a sophisticated software package that allows researchers to predict the degree of skin and eye irritation and the oral toxicity of chemicals, is currently being used by the Environmental Protection Agency, the FDA, the US Army, 3M Corporation, and Philip Morris, sparing countless animals the agony of having substances dripped into their eyes, rubbed onto their shaved, abraded skin, or pumped into their stomachs and lungs. Today, the US Department of Transportation has stopped using animals to test corrosive substances. Instead, substances are placed on a protein membrane. My friends, if we ban animal experimentation, does it mean an end to medical progress? No. If animal experimentation is not permitted, research would not cease. Researchers would look for better alternatives that are more humane and scientifically valid. If we look through medical history, we see many examples of how progress has been made without the use of animals. By contrast, progress has been retarded due to animal-based research, and disasters have occurred because of it. So why are people still conducting animal experimentation? It is for selfish reasons and monetary gains. There are many businesses that thrive from breeding lab animals with specific traits, manufacturing housing systems, and pharmaceutical companies that want quick results. Pharmaceutical companies resist progress because the crude nature of animal tests allows them to market many products that may be determined too toxic if cell culture tests were used. Animal data provides liability protection when drugs kill or injure people, and has allowed pharmaceutical companies to avoid the expense of conducting clinical trials as extensively as they should. My friends, for both our sake and the animals' sake, do not allow the unscrupulous people to continue with animal experimentation. Animal experimentation should not be permitted. Thank you.
Thank you. Now let's turn our attention to Chongqing's primary third speaker.